We all cast shadows, but the darkest ones don't fall from trees or buildings. They rise from within, from fear, from anger, from pride, from the silent, aching desire to become more than we are. And yet, some people walk differently. They don't speak loudly. They don't need to. But when they enter a room, something shifts. You feel it. You don't know why, but you know they're not like the rest. That is a strong aura. Not magic, not mysticism. A strong aura isn't some glow in the dark. It's the invisible weight of someone who has battled themselves and won. Someone who's buried chaos without a sound, who's learned to hold still when the world begs them to flinch. That kind of presence, it's not built overnight. It's earned in silence, in struggle, in solitude. So let me ask you, when you walk into the room, do people feel you or just see you? Most people react. They bark at insults, snap under pressure, flare up when challenged. But the one with a strong aura, he doesn't. He governs. See, real strength isn't loud. It's controlled. It's quiet. It's choosing to pause when every part of you wants to explode. That's not weakness. That's power. Seneca once said, "A man is as wretched as he has convinced himself that he is." And it's true, your mind can either be your anchor or your undoing. People with strong presence don't let emotions toss them around like leaves in the wind, because they are the wind, steady, unseen, unshaken. Epictetus put it best. Anyone can hold the helm when the sea is calm, but the storm reveals the captain. So the next time life pushes you, don't flinch, don't react, govern. Ask yourself, what part of me is being touched right now and why? That's a question most never ask, and that's exactly why they never grow. A strong aura doesn't chase the crowd, it walks alone and stands tall doing it. You see, most people fear silence. They rush to fill it with noise, validation, approval. But the man with a strong presence, he doesn't need to be seen to know his worth. He doesn't explain every quiet moment. He doesn't beg to be understood. He understands himself. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good." And he was right. The deeper you go, the more you find that solitude isn't emptiness, it's a forge. That quiet you run from, that's where your real voice lives. Some of the strongest men you'll ever meet aren't loud. They're calm, not because they have nothing to say, but because they've already said it to themselves, in the dark, when no one else was watching. So I'll ask you this, can you stand alone and still feel whole? If you can, you don't need a crowd. You've already got something far more powerful. Clarity. Praise is a drug. Blame is a chain. And if you believe either too deeply, you're no longer free. But the one with a strong aura, he's built different. Compliments don't inflate him. Criticism doesn't crush him, because he knows neither define him. This kind of presence doesn't come from ego. It comes from something earned in silence. Self-honesty, failure, and relentless self-examination. Over time, he stopped living to please. He stopped dancing to someone else's music. Now he moves to a rhythm carved by duty, reason, and what's right, not what's popular. Cleanthes the Stoic once said, "Lead me, Zeus, and you, fate, wherever you have assigned me. I shall follow without hesitation." That's what it means to be unshakable. So here's the real question. Are you still controlled by what others think of you? Because the day you stop needing praise and stop fearing blame is the day you become something rare and deeply powerful. Some people wear their pain like a weight, others turn it into steel. A strong aura isn't built through ease. It's forged in fire, in grief, in failure, in those quiet nights where everything inside screams. But you don't break, not because you're numb, but because you refuse to be ruled by the pain. There's a quiet kind of violence in someone who smiles through scars. They're not pretending, they're choosing to rise, not collapse, choosing clarity over comfort, even when it hurts. Musonius Rufus said, "No one is free who has not mastered himself." And mastery doesn't happen in peace. It happens when life hits hard and you hit back by standing still. So ask yourself, what if your suffering wasn't punishment, but preparation? Every wound is a forge, and if you let it shape you, not define you, you become unbreakable. A strong aura isn't inherited, it's earned. It's not a gift, it's a decision, a discipline, a daily act of choosing growth over comfort, choosing to shape pain instead of being shaped by it. You weren't meant to just survive what broke you. You were meant to transform through it, to take every scar, every mistake, every quiet battle, and forge something unshakable. That's what strength is. Not loud, not flashy, but forged, in silence, in storms, in the dark corners no one else sees. You are not a victim of fate. You are its sharpened response. So if this spoke to something deep in you, if it reminded you of who you're becoming, not just who you've been, then stay with us. Follow Stoic verse. There's more wisdom ahead, and you're not walking alone.